What's funny is if we went doon, 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 it would work for Ice Ice Baby and Under Pressure. Hey everybody, I'm David Geisler, and this is the Technophiles Newscast, and this is part 2 of our 3D printed Martian icehouse episode. So in part 1 of this episode, I talked all about how this expedition was going to get to Mars, how they were going to build the initial structure, but now I want to get into the details a little bit more, what it's like for the people to live in this amazing icehouse space station. So I said on Wednesday that this icehouse is going to be printed by little 3D printer robots, and what that enables them to do is actually shape this thing so that it kind of like putting a mirror in a room, it helps the whole space station feel bigger than it actually is. Also, it's important to note that, of course, light can come through the ice and kind of light the entire space station, so then the astronauts can feel a day-night cycle, which is super cool. One more fun fact about ice, it actually protects from radiation. So these walls in this habitat, they're only going to be about 5 centimeters thick, and apparently that's enough to do the job. And I did mention that, of course, light will be able to come through the ice and kind of light this habitat, but it's definitely not going to be transparent like a window. So there will be certain parts of the habitat that will have windows. And the way that they plan to do that is to use membranes filled with gas to help protect from the radiation that people can see right out. Obviously, these membrane windows would provide a wonderful view of the Martian landscape, which of course helps the space station feel bigger as well, but it also benefits the mental health of the astronauts. I guess just don't lean up on those windows too much, huh? Where? Well, I'm looking through the membrane. It's right there. I'm joking around a little bit. Obviously, these membranes are going to be protected more than that, but it is a really brilliant idea to basically use inflatable technology for things instead of glass plates and all that kind of stuff. There's also some interesting facts about the interior of this habitat. The designers have stated that it's going to be predominantly vertical, and that's on purpose for a couple different reasons. For starters, the astronauts will most likely be used to being in a vertical structure as they travel to Mars, and this won't feel that much different. And secondly, a vertical structure would actually force the astronauts to go up and down staircases. The footprint of this thing isn't going to be humongous, so they're going to have to get their physical activity going up and down, not left and right. However, if they do want to travel left and right, there will be a hydroponics garden just on the outside of this space structure, still inside the membrane. Now, if you haven't watched part 1 of this video, I should point out that there is an additional membrane over this entire structure. And that helps for a couple different reasons. It creates its own pressurized atmosphere around the space station, and as the ice sublimates, this membrane can actually collect that ice back. It's not lost to the Martian atmosphere. One of the things that'll be helping that ice not sublimate will be a layer of insulating aerogel. But I digress. So just outside of this space ice castle will be an area for astronauts to hang out that'll have a hydroponics garden in it. It's a little bit like a porch or a patio for the main space station. It'll have a little less protection from radiation and things like that, but it'll still be safe enough that the astronauts won't need to be in their full spacesuit gear. We all just flew to Mars and we're hanging out on our space porch. And then, of course, from there will be a couple chambers that'll let them actually go out into the atmosphere. And they're actually going to store all their EVA suits outside of the airlock areas so that it'll minimize the contamination of the interior. Definitely cool ideas happening here, and it turns out that actually the top 30 ranking submissions of the 165 applicants were featured at the New York Maker Faire just a couple weeks ago. There really were some pretty interesting ideas, so check out our notes below and you can go look at the Maker Faire submissions. Come back here and in the comments let us know what you think of all the different ideas, or you can tweet it to us at TechnopilesPod or find us on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Facebook by searching Technophiles, or go to our actual website, technophilespodcast.com. All right, everybody, Mars. It's happening. It's very, very cool. All right, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to click like down below. You can take a look at me talking about the Soon app over here, or of course, the first part of this episode. If you didn't see it, there's a lot of cool stuff with how they're going to get to Mars and build this thing in the first place. Click right here. Check it out. You can always subscribe right here or check out some of our popular videos. But seriously, this one right here, I'll help. You got to do it. I'm sorry.